As previously mentioned, Advocacy in Action Month is replacing the in-person Physicians Day at the Capitol event this year. So we're asking members to engage their legislators in a number of issues in a number of different ways this year throughout the month of February. We encourage you to take a few minutes each Tuesday of the month to reach out to your legislators as part of our Talk Tuesdays initiative. The idea behind Talk Tuesdays is to have a designated day of the week to remind you to set aside some time for advocacy. However, if you're especially busy on Tuesdays and that does not work for you, just pick another day. The important thing is that you are engaging your legislators on KMA's priority issues. So you just heard Corey mention some of the priorities for this session, and there are several resources available on the Advocacy in Action page of the KMA website. You can access that site by going to KMA's website at kyma.org, or you can click on the Advocacy drop-down menu. It is the first link, or you can go directly there, kyma.org/AIA month, all lowercase, into your browser. If you scroll down to the resources section, you will find the list of 2021 KMA legislative priorities. This is a one-page document that contains a brief description on each of the priorities for the session. There's also a tips for effective advocacy sheet that provides some tips on things to do, as well as some mistakes to avoid when talking to your legislator. There's also a section at the bottom of that sheet on some helpful tips on virtual meeting etiquette. Next, you will find the issue papers for the telehealth bill, House Bill 140, and the Liability Protections Bill, Senate Bill 5. As Corey mentioned, these are two of KMA's main priorities, and these papers are designed to provide some background on these issues, as well as some talking points you can use when discussing these bills with your legislators. On the Follow the Issues button, if you want some more information about a particular bill, or you want to check the status of a certain bill, you can click on Follow the Issues, and this will take you to the Legislative Research Commission's website, where you can look up House and Senate bills by number or by title and sponsor. So for example, if you wanted to find out more about Senate Bill 5, you can go to Senate Bills, click on 5, and there you'll see the last action that was taken on the bill. You can read the full text of the bill. And if there are any amendments that are proposed to this bill, they will be listed down below. And the process is exactly the same for looking up House bills. So once you have familiarized yourself with the issues and you are ready to take action, if you do not know who your legislators are or how to contact them, you can use the Find Your Legislator feature, which will take you to the KMA Action Center. So on the right-hand side under Find Officials, if you enter your zip code, it will ask you for your street address. And then once you enter your street address, it will return a list of all your federal and state elected officials. So to view your legislator's contact information, you can click on their name. It will come up with that information, including their Capitol Office phone number, in case you would like to call and schedule a time to talk with them by phone, or even see if they're interested in scheduling a video conference with you. Be sure to ask which is most convenient for your legislator. Some of them may be more comfortable with video conferencing than others. You can also email your legislator directly from this KMA Action Center by simply checking the box next to their picture and then compose message. From there, you just enter the subject and the body of your email along with your contact information and click send. Another way that you can effectively advocate is by responding to a call to action received in a KMA legislative alert, email, or text message. Bills will start to move very quickly during the last days of the session, and the status and sometimes even the content of the legislation can change suddenly. So please watch for these alerts so you can stay up to date on any changes that may affect your advocacy efforts. So after you have been in contact with your legislator, either by phone, by video conference, or email, please take a moment to let us know about it by completing this legislative contact response form. It's located at the bottom of the Advocacy in Action webpage. This is a really simple web-based form. It should just take you a couple of minutes to complete, but it is incredibly helpful to the advocacy team to hear about your discussion with your legislators. So finally, I just want to briefly go over how you can become a KMA advocacy champion. At the end of the month, KMA will recognize members who have completed the following actions. The first is to contribute to KPAC. Political advocacy is another way you can participate in KMA's advocacy efforts. Consider donating to KPAC on KPAC Action Day that's scheduled for February the 18th, or you can contribute anytime by clicking the link on this page or by visiting kpac.org. If you have a Twitter account, make sure you're following KMA and then retweet KMA's advocacy messages weekly. Be sure to use our hashtags, hashtag advocacy in action and hashtag KMA Talk Tuesdays. Also sign up for legislative text alerts. This is the best way to stay informed. You can click the link to send an email, or you can sign up right now by texting KMA to 50457. Also communicate with your House or Senate member or a member of a key legislative committee each week. This can be on Talk Tuesdays or another day that works for you. It can be by phone, email, video conference, or by responding to a KMA call to action in a legislative alert. Write a thank you note to your House or Senate member. This is important, especially if your legislator took the time to meet with you. Please do not forget to thank them, and although this is a virtual advocacy month, a handwritten thank you note is always a nice touch. And finally, once again, please complete the advocacy response form each week to let us know about the contact you've had with your legislators. This again is very helpful, and we would like to hear about any feedback that you've received. So I appreciate your time this evening, and I hope you will all become KMA advocacy champions. And now I'll turn it back over.